In today's video, I'm going to create a soccer poster in Photoshop that goes from a flat, sad JPEG into something vaguely cinematic. Let's get into it. First, we want to start with the background, the stadium. This is a nighttime stadium, but we only really want the foreground, so let's cut that out. We'll take a daytime version of the photo and just squish it down. I think if we drag in two different cloud photos and blend them in together, I think it should look pretty nice.
Are you sure about that?
Anyway, after the clouds look good, we'll drop in our El Capitano.
Bruno
Should that we cut him off in the background with something better than the magic wand tool? Subject selection will work just fine, no need to bring out the pen. And we definitely need to put a crown on his head.
Are you sure?
After making sure all of the background is either brushed away or lassoed away, we'll set this atop his head and make sure it fits. Now for the spicy sauce, we'll choose a solid color, a light blue, put it on the screen, lower the opacity, and put that right above the background layer, just to give it that atmospheric haze. But before I get too far out, we need to make sure his foot's planted in the grass. And speaking of, I will put in a shadow, I just do that towards the end. So back to that adjustment layer where we're just going to clip it to the player. Adjust some blend if settings here. Click on the mask, fill it with black, and paint in with white. And after that, it looks like the player's blended in with the background pretty nicely. Here's a before and after.
Nice.
And we'll do virtually the same thing this time with the red. Now onto some shadows and highlights. We're going to go down to the exposure layer. Clip this to the layer below. Select the mask. We're going to brush in some highlights. Only where the light's going to hit, which is going to be the top part of his shoulders and arms mostly, and a bit on his head. And we'll do the same exact process, except this time with shadows. That's a little too far. We want it to look nice and shadowy. Make sure we select the layer, bucket tool, fill it with black, use white, and paint in some shadows. And we'll just take a second to make sure all these jewels are properly red and have a bit of a glow to them. Set them on a nice overlay and reduce the opacity. But first, we gotta make sure that this crown sits on his head. So some shadows go on his hair. We'll add in another blue solid layer mask and clip it to the layer below, just to make sure that the crown is a little bit more blue, blends in with the sky, shows some reflections, and looks a bit more natural. And the last remaining part of this video is just to add basically some of the same effects that we've been doing, right? Solid layers, some color adjustments, add some yellow to the crown because, you know, it's yellow, some noise, and, you know, well, that's it. If you like what you saw, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.